outside is not that cold, and if you take my hand, I'll walk with you to Georgia.
Hello everyone and welcome to Country with Celine. I am your host Celine Tremarky, and on today's show we have Alex Hughes.
Every mistake's gotta teach you something. Feels like you lived a whole life before you hit it. And if it's just a number, why does it feel different? Is it the pressure to have it all together? Yeah, I wonder if you don't figure it out by 30, what comes after 31?
Alex, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Celine. Thanks so much for having me today.
Anytime. So I'll just give a brief background of how I came to find out who you were. We were at the Blue Jays session in London for the CCMA weekend, which was so much fun. That weekend was
So
a
fun.
blast. How did you enjoy being here? Because I believe did you say this was your first time performing here? Oh, it was. Okay.
It was, yeah, good memory.
How was that?
Yeah, it was so awesome. I've been wanting to come out and perform in Ontario for so long. And I just think like I was blown away by, the country music fans in London, and it's a really great place to be. So I loved it.
Yes. There's so many country fans here and so many country
Right.
artists here in Ontario. It's pretty crazy because when you think of country artists, you mainly think of them appearing all over the States and stuff, but it's like, no,
Totally.
Canada has so much talent here, and it's like hidden talent, but they're like hidden gems that we kind of hold on to, but eventually you guys are going
Right.
to branch off and go and venture on your own into Nashville and so on and so forth. But yes, you were amazing. I have to
Thank
put
you.
that out there. You're welcome. There was a song of yours that I fell in love with. I'm not even close to that age yet, but I fell in love with, so we're going to touch on that too today.
Awesome.
But first thing first, so let's just get to know you a little bit more. So where did you grow up?
Yeah, so I grew up in Calgary, Alberta, and I grew up in a big, large, multicultural family, surrounded by music, and yeah, just lots of family time and fun. And I loved growing up in Calgary. Like we've always had the Calgary Stampede here, so it was natural to sort of get into country music, and I've loved growing up here.
It's funny you mentioned the Calgary Stampede, because when I was at Media Row, there was a lot of people that were from Calgary there, and they were
Right.
all fangirling about the Calgary Stampede. You have to come, you have to go to it. It's amazing. It's 10 full days of doing things. I'm like, that sounds like a blast.
It's so fun. Yeah, you got to come out. It's just 10 full days of just live music, and yeah, it's so fun. So yes, please come out.
That's the goal. And fingers crossed, hopefully that's where the CCMAs are for
Yes.
next year. Hopefully that all happens, because that would be really exciting too. You get to stay in your hometown and
That'll be so nice. Yeah.
So you grew up in a musical family. So when was it that you decided, you know what, I actually want to pursue a career in country music? Was it something that you always loved as a child, or was it something that you gained more of an interest in as you grew up?
A little bit of both. So, I started singing at a really young age. I think it was in choir, and I was in kindergarten, but I was young for the grade. So I was in maybe 4 years old. And I got a solo in the Christmas concert, so I loved that, and always sang at family parties and events, even from really little. Always pushed up to sing on the stage. And it was when I was about 7 that I entered into my first singing competition. My dad was the web developer for a karaoke company, so we would go into the shop and try out the machines, and it was so fun as a little kid. But there was one day where I was just singing on the machine. I think I was singing a Leanne Rimes song. And the shop owner was like, you're actually you're quite good. You should enter in this contest. So I entered this contest. It was the Kickin' Country karaoke contest. And I ended up winning, which was so crazy because there were different musical artists of all ages and stages of their musical journeys. So I was just sort of like this really little kid kind of just trying it for the first time, but I ended up falling in love with the stage. And I've always loved country music. Throughout my like young ages, I kind of experimented with a bit of jazz, with jazz band, and some R&B, and I've sort of been lucky to be able to explore lots of different genres of music, and that definitely kind of influences my music now. But as soon as I picked up the guitar in high school and started writing music, I was a country girl at heart. So
high school is always the year when, like, if you decide to pursue that career, picking up a guitar and just writing so many songs, because there's so much that happens while you're in high school.
totally.
It's the best coping mechanism too, with like whatever's going on in your life. Like, it's the best therapy, just to kind
You're
of
so right.
Thank you. It's like everything out there. I mean, like, even I went through a phase where like I thought I wanted to pursue that dream. So I got a guitar like in high school, and I was like writing songs, like,
amazing.
but because it's such a good therapy. And country
Totally.
music, I feel, is the best genre. I'm not being biased, maybe I am. But it's like the best genre to like kind of express that, because country music is all about storytelling, and there's so many stories that can be told through a guitar.
Totally.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah, no, you're so right. And also, I'd love to hear your songs. I bet you there's some gems for sure.
Okay, I don't know if they're like that good. I mean, like, one time I wrote this song for my cousins who wanted to do like this little boy band. Mind you, at the time they were probably like 11 years old. So we wrote this like summer song. Now that I like read it, I'm like, what was wrong with me? This doesn't go. Okay. We live and we learn.
Totally.
So musical influences, who did you grow up listening to?
I've had like, it's so interesting. Like, I grew up listening to so many different artists. Honestly, my parents listened to like a lot of 90s, like hip hop and R&B. So like that. And then some of my aunties, they're the ones that kind of exposed me to country music. So I got like Leanne Rimes' CD Blue, and I was listening to songs like Crazy and Walking After Midnight. She did a lot of Patsy Cline covers. So then I was asking my parents, who's Patsy Cline? And just lots of different influences. But I feel like really lucky to have been exposed to so many different things. And I just think like all kinds of music are amazing, and especially country. Like, as soon as I listened to that old country stuff, I was like hooked.
I mean, when it comes to the older country stuff, it's either you're hooked or you're so not hooked. I mean,
that's very true. It's love or hate.
One or the other. So I mean,
yeah.
That's a good thing that you got hooked, because this is the right path that you want to be on it, and you kind of need to be hooked onto that.
Totally.
But if I'm not mistaken, when we were at the Blue Jays session, you were talking about a newer song that you were going to release, and it has more of an R&B sound to it. Oh, I'm correct.
You are, great memory. Yeah.
Thank you. I listened. I told you. I thought you were good. I thought you were really good. So, explain just a little bit about that, and when is that going to be out?
Yeah. So, I'm just in the process of kind of finishing up recording it. I just had Mitch J just sent me some amazing guitar tracks. He's a great guitar player from here in Calgary. And yeah, it's a song that I've been playing live for probably about a year. And every time I play it, seriously, every time someone's come up to me and said, oh, I love that song so much. And I've been sort of like holding on to it because it's called Until This Fire Dies, just because I just can't find where it fits genre-wise. I think it's definitely leans way more into the kind of R&B sound. But I'm kind of finding a way to countrify it a little, and I sort of love that because I think it's going to be kind of unique when it comes around. So maybe in the next few months I'll get that all finished up.
Well, that's going to be exciting. I mean, in order to make a country song country, all you need is a twang in there too.
Right.
Just
Totally.
a little twang on your voice,
Yeah,
when you, like, pronounces words and stuff like that.
totally.
Yeah, then it works.
Exactly. Yeah.
But another song of yours that I remember you performing was called After 31. Now, please take me through the meaning of this song and how this song
Sure.
came to life.
Yeah. So, yeah, this song After 31, I just released as a single in November. And it's really special to me. I wrote it with two other amazing Canadian artists and writers, Lydia Sutherland and Parker Gray. And we were,
No way. Sorry.
yeah.
Oh, they are. That's amazing. Oh,
Yay. Oh, that's great. So yeah, we were just sort of sitting on a Zoom call similar to like we are today, doing a writing session. And we were just kind of chatting about, I think it was maybe a week or 2 weeks away from my 31st birthday. And I was saying like, oh, I'm feeling like anxious about turning 31. Like turning 30 was super fun and just a big celebration. And just, yeah, it was sort of like, it felt really celebratory, but 31 just felt like, oh my goodness, like I'm in my 30s. Like so there's something about it. So we were kind of chatting about that. And then we continued to kind of chat about how, they're both like Parker's in her 30s, I think, and Lydia's in her 20s. But they were both saying like, it doesn't really matter what age you are. At lots of different stages in your life, you feel all kinds of pressure, like pressure to have success in your career, pressure to, get married or have kids, or there's all kinds of pressure we feel. And I think especially as women. So we were just kind of chatting about all of that. And, we spent a good like 30 minutes kind of just chatting. And then we dove into writing the song. And it just it happened pretty quickly, I think, because we had, talked about our experiences so much. It was easy to kind of, relate on those experiences and then write about it. And, the message of the song kind of ended up being, no matter what age or stage you are in life, we all feel those pressures, but it's okay. Like you don't actually have to do things by a certain stage. You can do them on your own timeline. And yeah, that's sort of how it came about. And there were multiple lines in the song that I almost started crying, like choking up even during the write. So I knew we had, something special and something that I really connected to and really wanted to release in the hopes that everyone else could connect with it.
Well, that's a song that everyone can connect to, especially in like the day and age that we live in now with social media, because you open up social media, you open up Instagram, and you just see people getting married, people buying a house, people graduating college, and so on and so forth. And you can just be at home and seeing all this, you start to get depressed. And it's like, why? I want to be like that. Like, why am I not at that level? But everything happens when it's supposed to happen for you. Like you're on a timeline, and when God tells you it's the right time, that's the right time. If it's not the right time, it's not the right time. So that's a song that can connect with a lot of people, especially because of what's going on right now. And Parker's in her 30s. I had no idea she was in her 30s too.
I think she is. Yeah. I could be wrong, but I think she is. Yeah. Maybe just turned 31, I think.
You guys don't even look a day over 31. I swear. I swear to God. So now, Alex, if you could talk to your younger self, what advice would you give her?
Oh, I love that. I think I would just give advice to, be okay with, like, I've been pursuing music for a really long time, and, things have taken me maybe a little bit longer than I kind of thought they would to stumble into what I think is, the kind of music and the style of music that I've been, born to make. And I think I would just tell my younger self, like, that's okay. Like, take the time to figure everything out. And, sort of like the song says, like, just, it doesn't really matter how long it takes, as long as you're authentically pursuing your dreams. yeah, there's no rush. So enjoy the process, and be okay with the journey.
I love that advice. And when you have a dream, no matter if you feel stuck right now, like you're not going anywhere, if you just keep on pushing and pushing, knowing that you're going to get to where you want to go, it will happen when it happens. And that's
Totally.
like you, like you're pushing with a music career. And obviously, when you're younger and things don't go your way, you get kind of disappointed, but you just have to keep remembering that it will
Totally.
happen. Yeah, don't worry. It will happen. Trust the process. Like there's so many cliche sayings you can
Yeah.
say, but it's true. But they're all
So true.
they're very true, and that's like the best way to put it is with those sayings. Now you plan to record and release your debut full-length album for next year, and also you want to tour across Canada. So how excited are you, and what can you share about that?
I'm so excited. Right now, I'm part of an artist development program called Project Wild. So there's 12 of us artists based in Alberta that get to work with mentors and do like a full week-long boot camp in January. And basically, we get to like build this entire business plan to record and market an album or go on tour. And that's something that I've been really wanting to do for a long time, is have, help of a team to help me create, a really good plan. So I'm really excited because of this program, I kind of get to build that plan. And I've been, writing a ton, especially over the last couple of years, having a lot more time at home as we've all had. And I'm just really so excited to share all these songs and these stories, and also just get back out into the world and perform for people, even being able to come out to Ontario for the CCMAs. I have been dying to come out there. So it's just been so nice to feel like things are starting to get a little bit back to normal. And yeah, I'm just so excited to play for people.
I know, because that's like the one thing that was so missed during that whole awkward year that we had. And it's just a really weird year. We're all at home, not doing anything. Like none of us were with anybody. There was no concerts going on, no shows. You couldn't go to a bar, couldn't do this. Everybody knows what happened that year, and it was pretty much a shit show. So finally, so to sum it up, to finally be able to go out, especially as an artist, and perform your songs live, because the live performance is such a big part of your life when you're an artist, rather than always doing these Zooms or even a drive-in concert. A drive-in concerts aren't even the same as
you're so right.
The one-on-one. Yeah, it's I went to a drive-in concert and it was very odd. It's just it felt very, it was cool because they were just trying to do something, but it just it doesn't feel like how it used to feel with concerts and that. But that's going to be a really exciting year for you and a busy year for you, it seems like.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really excited.
Now, Alex, we're going to play a little game called Would You Rather.
Ooh, okay.
So I'm going to shoot you out a couple questions, and you're going to answer, okay?
Sounds good.
Beach or lake?
Beach.
Hot or cold?
Hot.
Starbucks or Tim Hortons?
Starbucks.
Did you try the Justin Bieber Tim Biebs yet or not yet?
Not yet, but I'm dying to try them. I do love Timbits, so yeah, I want to try them because they look like good flavors. Have you had them?
I had the birthday waffle, waffle. Amazing. It was so
really
good. It was really good. And then they had a white chocolate fudge. I think it was very sweet, that one. And then it had sour cream chocolate chip. I can't. I almost.
You don't like that?
No, not at all. Oh my God, it smelled like feet. I was like,
weird.
People have their differences and the different taste buds, but
totally,
to me that was just absolutely not.
That's hilarious. I can't wait to try them now because I like the sour cream donuts, but if it smells like feet, I'm not gonna like it. So
no, okay. Maybe to you it won't smell like feet, but to me it does.
Right.
Okay, next one. Vodka or beer?
Beer.
Beer. Night in or night out?
Night in.
Calling or texting?
I hate to say it, but texting.
Really?
Yeah.
Just be like, hello.
Like I'm a person that'll call like if we have to deal with something, but I actually kind of love like with my husband, like if we kind of text throughout the day, just like quick check-ins, you know.
Okay, that's
I
fair.
guess both. Yeah, maybe I'll say both.
Both it is. Both it is.
Yeah.
Carrie Underwood or Miranda Lambert?
Oh, they're like two of my top favorites, and I've never had to choose. I think Carrie Underwood.
Carrie Underwood? Okay. I was gonna say it's the blonde hair, but I can't because Miranda's blonde too, so it doesn't work.
Right. Yeah.
Shania Twain, or let's switch up the genres, Celine Dion.
Ooh, two Canadian icons. And I love both, but I'm gonna go with Shania.
Shania. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. And the next one, Luke Bryan or Blake Shelton?
I think Blake Shelton.
Blake Shelton. Okay. So you chose Carrie Underwood and Blake Shelton. Okay,
Right.
I see what side you're on with the whole divorce.
Right.
I'm kidding. All good.
Yeah.
That's too funny. Well, thanks, Alex, for joining me today and chatting with me for a bit. This was really, it's nice to actually meet you rather than
It's so nice.
see the side of you while you were
Totally. Yeah. It's so nice to chat.
Yeah, it's so nice. And I can't wait to hear everything that's to come because you were writing a lot during all of COVID, and there's a lot of songs that you accumulated that we can't wait to hear. And I mean, if it's anything like After 31, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be like, Alex, let's hear them. Let's hear them.
Amazing. Thank you.
Well, hopefully we'll chat again soon sometime. And I wish you nothing but the best for 2022.
Oh, thanks, Celine. To you too.
The ring, the house, they mean nothing without all of the years